Deuced up below at the 5. Where a nigga from Grove Street, I ain't even gonna lie. Used to hang out the block when I lit on Billy Drive. I seen real niggas snitch, I seen real niggas die. And shit change up, who stars turned into some gangsters. Grew around some shooters, grabbed they gun and got they aim up, can't play tough. My city dangerous, niggas lose they shot right before they make it famous. Niggas lose they shot right before they make it famous. In my city, niggas lose they shot right before they make it famous.
Welcome to Pittsburgh Chatter, where I do interviews where I want, whenever I want, with who I want. Today I have a special guest, GhettFinesse. How's it going, man?
How you going, bro?
All right, so you DM me, and honestly, I was like, wait, I've seen you somewhere before. Like, and so I had to go take a look. I go on your page, and then I go and see the Bitches and Bottles song that I'm in, the video I'm in, and it just blew my mind because it's just like takes me a jog back, and it shows that like even from then till now, you've been consistent with the music field. So first, how's it going, man?
It's going good, bro. Good seeing you. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, ripping and running, trying to get this year started off right.
We got a lot of music and a lot of things to talk about. But first, how did you come across my platform? Like, was it someone specific or?
I'm always searching for platforms to get on and trying to push my music to the fullest extent I can push it to. So it's like, I used to run a Facebook and Instagram used to be my main places to run to until I started thinking like, I got to outsource my shit on other things, like getting blogs, articles, different stuff like that. And so that's what I was doing. I was looking up, trying to find like Pittsburgh blogs and stuff like that. And then I came across the thing. I'm like, let me check this Pittsburgh Chatter thing out. And then I looked at him like, I know him. And
it's
then
from somewhere.
And then you said what you said. And I'm like, and I went back, after you said it, I went back and looked at the video. And I'm like, definitely, I remember it. I'm like,
I was the freshest nigga in your video.
With the penguin joint on.
Yeah, on God. All right.
Throwback.
So let's start there, just because obviously church has passed. So even like, I'm not gonna lie, when I'm watching this, it holds some sentimental. That video holds some sentimental value because it's just a night we spent together, and like the people that weren't there won't understand. But we did a lot of ripping and running around for that video. But it was fun. Like everyone had fun. Like you didn't hear nobody arguing, no complaints.
At
like
all.
Everything was smooth. So let's start with Bitches and Bottles. Let's talk about that song and how you got Jimmer on there, how you got Church, and how you guys collabed on that song.
How I got them on the song was like, look, so we had been all on the stoop every day, all the time on the stoop and stuff like that. So I'm like, bro, I'm going to the studio over here. They're like, what you about to do? And I'm like, I'm gonna let y'all hear it. So I'm like, I ain't recorded yet or nothing. I'm rapping on the porch. I'm about to cut Nail and Mario's hair. About to cut their hair. Boom. They let them hear this. Like, bro, we gotta get on this. I'm like, all right, y'all can get on it. Y'all gotta come with me today. So we leave from the stoop and drive over to the west side, and we go in Elliott on Lorenz Avenue to JC Studio. It's up in his attic. We went up there, and that's where we start being in the studio together. From that night, they said they used to do the music, go over his bro's house, and then we end up start collaborating like that.
But at the time, I'm not gonna lie, I know Church and Jimmer, they're doing music, but it's just for fun. You were actually taking it serious during this period of time. So even the fact that you let them come on a song and you weren't egotistical about it or anything like that, that was real of you. Cause like at the time, let's be honest, it didn't make much sense. But yeah, you did it. So I definitely want to highlight that for you too. So then we move on to the video shoot. So what's the time in between the video and when the song had got recorded?
It really was like, we recorded the song the night before, like it was late. We recorded then that next morning. We're like, we gotta shoot the video. I'm like, yeah, we gotta shoot the video. So I'm like, all right, boom. They're like, I'm like, we all gotta wear the same shit. They were like, what you mean? I'm like, we gotta wear it gotta be
the Pirates.
You gotta be in unison. So we ended up coming down to the strip, getting some Pirate stuff, and just did it on a Pittsburgh vibe.
And the song in general, this is all right. So it seems like you have phases, which we'll get to the music now, of course. But during this period of time, it seems like you were more singing, more of like strictly melodic, even on your verses. Yeah. So when you did this, did you tell them, "Hey, I'm gonna do this"? and I want you guys rapping. Like, how did that happen? Like, I want to know the whole
like. I was just at the pub with Jimmer not too long ago. So I'm at the pub with Jimmer. I'm like, yo, bro, remember that? I'm like, bro, you got to jump back in there. But at that time, it was more like Church wanted to get his style out. Jimmer wanted to get his style out. They was trying to rap. So I'm just like, do whatever you feel. Like, go with what you feel on the song. So it was just like 3 totally different styles on one song.
Outside of the hook, which is technically the best, who do you think had the best verse? Be honest.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. It was a tough thing, but I think that it was Church. I think that Church had that Molly and some shroom. Yeah,
take this 40, take it to the moon. No, facts.
Yeah.
He snapped.
He snapped on there, and it just was a different flow. Like, it was just a different flow that you ain't never hear. And you probably ain't gonna hear from somebody else.
Even when I first heard the song, I was skeptical about it. But then when we're recording it, and then like I'm seeing everybody move with it and everybody vibing, just the whole, it just became like one of those songs that we all end up knowing. Like, bad bitches in bottles. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. All right, but let's. You also had another song with him. What was it? Fake something or Friends or something? What was it called?
Yeah, me and him, we did a song where we was basically talking about what the chicks do. So it was this was just like a me and him thing.
Was that before? That was after.
That was after.
Okay.
After this, street stuff is happening. Jimmer's doing what he's doing, whatever. Yeah, I mean,
girlfriend.
Yeah. So we was going over the hook, and I said something, and then he said something back, and then I said something else, and then he said something back, and I'm like, oh, we gotta make it. That's it. So it was basically us just listening to the song. I said a couple words, stopped, and he came in and said that part, and then I said a couple more, and he said something else. I'm like, we don't even need no more than that. That's it.
And the idea for the video to have like even the women texting back and forth and them showing up in the video, where did that idea come from? That was just on the fly.
No. We at that time when we was all trying to get up off the ground, it was Craig. We can't forget about Explosive Production. Craig was a lot of the ideas and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I made the song, but a lot of the ideas of how we was gonna do it, he came up with a lot of it. He came up with a lot of the ideas, like angles. Like, I might have picked the location, but he might have picked what we gonna do at the location. You know what I mean? So it was really that the texting part with the girls like that, getting on the like the shot on the escalator, come up the elevator,
and then the rewind back.
That was Craig. Like, just shoot it on the elevator. We're gonna just let it go up and go down.
And this was early on. I know Craig, light skinned Craig, right? Yeah, I know him. So for sure. And is there any songs that you guys created that you never released, or it was just these two?
I believe there is.
Maybe like one more.
I mean, I believe there is like 1 or 2 more songs that we never did release.
But you don't know where they're at.
I know they're at his studio, JC. So
okay.
I know he would have all those because I wasn't recording us at the time. We was going to the studio. It might be in the email.
And then another one. I might be pronouncing his name wrong.
All right, so you're going. That's my dog. My man's. When you were saying that, I'm like, he's saying City. All right, so City. I was like, that's my man. We was in the studio, Hard Body.
But this is like beginning.
This is like the beginning of knowing what we wanted to do with it. Like, I've been in the studio. I was recording like in a studio setting and stuff like that in elementary school. That was like part of our grade in Wilkinsburg when we went to Kelly School or Johnson or any of them schools. Like, we had to go to Hosanna House. We had studio time. We had to come up with a song. We had to perform it for our parents at the end of the year. So,
like talent shows and stuff.
Yeah, for school, that was a grade. Like, so like since I was a kid in school, that's what Wilkinsburg, we always had music incorporated in our curriculum.
So it's like wait. So it's like kind of how like Kappa is. It's just like one of those.
Yeah, we had a beat. Like, as soon as we got the high
school. So
you
get a period where you're just doing.
Yeah, just straight doing that. We had a class where we just straight made beats. That was just in high school. That was a straight class.
What? No, I've never heard of this.
So like we had a studio with Pro Tool and all that stuff
early on
in the band room. We had a early on in Wilkinsburg High School. We had that. In Hosanna House, we was in a studio, real studio setting, padding, all that stuff. Like 5th, 6th grade, we're in the studio.
So you had already been adapted to the studio feeling, the making of beats, making music So it just kind of gradually gotten better over
yeah, just
time.
like it's like it was so accessible. So we didn't. So when it's accessible to you that much early on, you don't know what it really what it really means.
Yeah.
So like we doing it, you want to do it. You listening to your favorite artists. You know what I mean, BT Uncut at nighttime, sneaking and watch that joint, and then you just go from cassette tapes to, you know what I mean, land actual MP3s.
All right, and then another song you did, "In Love with a Real Nigga," and then of course you had them in the background in this video,
Right?
And you're kind of you're more or less like the focal point of the whole video. Of course, you have things happen in the background, but you're the focal point of the video. So talk about this song too.
This song right here was just like, I mean, it was based off of just basically chicks.
But are you, when you're making the melodic singing music, is it about someone specific experiences or shit you seen? Like,
it's like, I mean, it's a lot of different experiences. Like, I ain't gonna lie, in life, dealt with a lot of different women, or my friends did, or a lot of different scenarios. So sometimes it could be a scenario that I seen someone else go through. But during that time with that song, that was just more so of me expressing how I felt from what chicks was saying in general, of they ain't never been, because it wasn't about a real dude. So basically that was a song just explaining, like, have you ever been loved by a real one?
And Nell was in there too, wasn't he?
Yep.
He was in there too.
Yep. We actually, one of the vehicles with the TV that she pulled up in the car was one of Nell's trucks that he was, one of his little trucks he put the TVs and all that stuff in.
That he was working on at the time. Okay, for sure. All right, so you just dropped a song, Drive Through. But this isn't like, like I'm saying, this is where I'm starting to see like your new music. I'm like, wait. This man Zillergy did like maybe 15 to 20 songs. I'm gonna just sing for the women. And now you've switched it a little bit more. Of course, the Bling Bow is Bling Bow, right?
Yeah.
That's more of like a, party club type song. But you have switched your style. What was the reasoning for that? And talk about the song Drive Through too.
All right, so Drive Through, I've been touching with New York, based with New York a lot. Yeah, I mean, basically on the sexy drill. I was doing the R&B, so R&B always been my thing. Like, but I always could rap. So everybody be like, why don't you never rap, bro? You're hard. You can rap. I'm like, I don't know. I just always was focused on the singing part because it was something I always wanted to do. And then one day I could do it. Like, I'd be like, damn, I want to sing like Michael Jackson one day. And then to be able to do it was just like, it was surreal to me. So I'm like, I could rap. I've been rapping all my life, but singing, that's something new. So I started off with the singing because it was just something that was new. And then I was like, I was real good at it. And I'm like, damn, I could really sing and shit. I could really put something together with this singing because it's like my lyrics from rapping and just put them into my singing. And that's how I came up with that singing melodic style a long time ago before like Lil Baby and them started doing that joint and all that. That's how I came up with it. I really was basically, I was writing it as a rap. And then when I would go in the booth, I would sing it as a song. So it was just basically, I'm writing it as a rap, go in there and just sing it. So all the punchlines that you would have in a rap song, I would have in a singing song.
And when it comes to the music, be honest here, what do you think like people resonated with the most? Your more melodic side or just the rap?
Being there was two different eras. I started the melodic before they understood it. I feel like I was ahead of my time with the melodic. I feel like the melodic definitely caught some people's eyes and attention, but I feel like if I would have did melodic
now and then rap then.
Yeah, I feel like when I started doing the melodic, it was at the good time, but it was just too early. It was too early on. And I wasn't.
Niggas wasn't going through heartbreak as much yet.
Yeah, relate. I feel like it was too early on, but it was like it was where it was headed. I knew where it was headed, but it was just like I got to revamp it for what I know. You know what I mean? So I just went back to my roots.
All right. Every video you make sure to have like various women in it. If it's not like the older videos, even up until now. So when you're selecting women for the videos or who you want to be, or like even just the idea for the video, like what's your process like? Like you said early on, Explosive was coming up with some of the ideas now, but some of the videos aren't shot by him now. So when you're coming up with these ideas, are these all you?
Yeah, I'm the editor. I'm editing.
So you're doing everything now. You've gotten to the point where
I'm recording, I'm editing, I'm editing others. You know what I mean? So I'm recording and editing. So the idea come from when I make the song, like when as soon as I get that hook, that's the concept. The concept, the hook there, That's the concept.
So you're basing whatever you're going to do off the songs.
Yeah, based off the song. So if I say if I got this caramel complected joint with a fat ass, she gonna be in there.
All right, but for specifically Drive Through, I seen one of the girls in there. I know her. I seen her somewhere before. I just can't remember. But where is this at? Nigga, you look like you're in a penthouse. Like what?
I am actually in a condominium.
Okay, so.
Yeah,
how does this like? I'm trying to figure it out. That's what I'm asking.
So basically, there's some like there was an old hotel, I guess, that's downtown, like behind the Marriott. So his half Marriott, and then the other half is condominiums where people live at. So it's like I did a video. I don't know if you checked it out, but it's a singing joint. It's called Baby. The first time I got introduced to that location was from a management company. Like there's certain companies that they have that manage these properties for the people. So like people.
Wait, would you say the song that was called
Baby?
Baby. I think. Nope, I did. That's what I don't want to say her name wrong. Vicky's in that, right? Is that her name?
Yep.
Oh, yep. I did see that one.
Victoria.
Okay, yeah. All right, go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
So that's just basically how that happened.
But like for you, so you shot the Baby video in there, and then you went back and then dropped the Drive Through.
I shot the Baby video in there where I got introduced to the location. There's multiple houses.
So there's floors.
There's multiple floors and they look different. They're styled different because there's different people's condominiums. So I guess when those people were out of town, this company says that they're available for you to
shoot music videos, rent it out, etc.
It's kind of like using Airbnb or using I don't know how to say that joint, Verbro or some shit, VRBO. It's kind of like that.
So is it pricey or is it?
All that stuff costs. It's like
of course.
So basically, they tell you it's $300, and then by the time you get to the checkout, it might say $630. You're like, why the hell is it $630? Because they're charging you for tax, plus they're charging you for cleaning fees. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you just run into the fees. So sometimes it's a little pricey.
Or if like you break something, etc.
Oh yes, like some of the places if they'll charge you like they have them graphite counters and shit like that, and motherfuckers sometimes it's clumsy. Drop a glass, chip a little. Don't chip no shit like that. That's just $1,000.
They gonna get their bread back.
$1,000, thousands of dollars. They gonna hit you for chipping one of them big ass graphite counters. Mm-hmm. You can't just put a piece back. You got to replace the whole thing.
Unless you're one of those people that knows how to fix things, then you might be able to finesse it.
You might.
All right. So your most viewed song right now is Bling Bow. Like I said, more of a house party song. You got the girl in there twerking, etc. Talk about this song. And when I'm asking about these songs, bro, I know you might just like, you're a creator, so you might not view it as like something huge or something big. But like when you're making the song and you're coming up with the music, like I want you to just like kind of walk us through the process.
All right. So basically, like I got Wiz Khalifa's uncle, Hanif. He helps me shoot my videos now. So some ideas be Neef, some ideas be my ideas. So he helps.
So that's the new cameraman.
Yeah, he's one of my boys. He's into the filming and art. So he's the new guy that
Tunnel Scope.
Tunnel Scope Vision is my company.
Okay, so he's just shooting for you, but everything's okay. Got you.
In Tunnel Scope Vision, there's multiple people that shoot, but I'm the only person that edits. As of right now, I got multiple people that'll shoot the footage, but I'll be the one to edit it.
Okay. Bling Bow.
Bling Bow.
No, I'm saying you were talking about the
Bling Bow.
Yeah.
I made the song. How we figuring out how to shoot it. I was like, I wanted to shoot it. I didn't want to shoot it too uppity, and I didn't want to shoot it too gritty. I wanted it to meet somewhere in the middle, like give it a fun medium, but enough for people to get to understand, so people to get the point. You know what I mean? So I picked a couple of locations, like under that bridge, that's something in my hood. It's a monumental little underpass that
everybody knows.
Everybody knows of that. So I utilized that. Then one of my videos, early on, I used that one area where the graffiti's at. They change it so frequently.
Wait, they changed the graffiti on the wall?
They always do, because last time it was Wapo was in there. When I first used it, Wapo was, when he passed away, he was on the back, and that's what I had in the back of the thing. the video with the artwork. So they change the different artwork all the time. Different artists just go in there, do they think. So I'm like, I'm gonna utilize this because with the colors that we had on, and she had on, I'm like, that would look dope. All that graffiti with the colors. So I'm like, so we picked that scene. How I found the other scenes, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Just on the fly.
We was just on the flag going down the strip district and was like, let's go over here. And they seen a basketball court, and then went down the trail and then ended up running into those couple little different things you could stand upon from the angles.
But like I said, I've been with you before when you're shooting a video, and I don't know if it's like sort of the same thing now. It was like you guys have one location that you for sure want to shoot at,
right?
And then everything after that, you guys kind of just build up on it, like.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's still kind of like that. It might be like 2 locations I know for sure, but then the other ones I might wing it just on regularly what I be doing. So
where were you at when it had the Taylor Gang in the background?
I was at ID Labs.
That was at so you have recorded in ID Labs before?
Yeah, I have recorded in ID Labs before.
And what's the experience like being in there?
It's always dope. It's dope in ID Labs. I swear, dope setting, dope thing. But we were on the just different vac. I've been in there when Wiz is recording. I done been in there like upstairs in the bigger studio room, like where. So it's like it's just different. Seeing I never recorded upstairs, but more so like the other ones.
So for someone who hasn't been there, like walk them through it, because you see people take pictures with
so
the
when you walk through there, it shocks you. It's different than what you would think. Like my first time ever walking all the way through there, well, my first time going there was like when we took Jose Guapo down there. So that was my first time actually going.
So you met Jose Guapo?
Yeah, I got a song with him. We got a featured song with him called Gatorade. Me and Hango Raw.
It's on YouTube?
Yeah. So
see, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I tried to go through. You have a lot of fucking videos, bro. And it's not typical for people to upload so many videos, but you're adamant on making sure people see the visuals. So I do want to highlight that. We respect you for that for sure. All right, go ahead. Yeah. Jose Guapo.
So Jose Guapo. So that was my first time going in there. He was going there to meet Quiddle. That was my first time going in there with him when we was getting ready to do the song. So I went to ID Labs then I went back another time with Neef and Stoney and them when Wiz came in to record. Met them down there, Rad Baby and them down at the studio, and we were down there, and that was my second time. So a couple times that I've been down there. I feel like it's a dope joint. I'm gonna be going down there a lot more.
You've recorded on your own though too, like you have your own
I have my own studio, like
so
everything in it.
What do you prefer? Like, because obviously the comfortability level is different.
I feel like if you're an artist, you should have your own way to release or creative control. Like, so if I want to record at 3 a.m, I could call Jay Marsh or I could call Stevie. I call any of those guys. They're down there. I know they're working. They're down there banging. I was in the studio going hard. JJR. They're down there. I be in there with them at night. But it's just something to just wake up and just go downstairs and just
knock out a track or a hook.
Yeah, just full out. Be able to get into it, or you could. It's 3 a.m. and you like, yo, bro, I'm up. I'm up too, bro. Where you at? I'm at the crib in a booth. Next thing you know, cats is pulling up, and now y'all politicking on a different wavelength that may not have happened at the studio because now y'all's at somebody's house where cats could feel more comfortable talking about certain things. Ain't too many people around, so you find out the ins and outs of certain people's situations.
So when it comes to your beats and things, because I did see, which we'll get to, there is a remix that you did, but it was like one of the only remixes you did. It seems like another thing you're adamant about is kind of having your own beats or owning your beats. So is that what you do when it comes to the beats? How are you getting those?
I buy them,
okay,
or I lease them. Sometimes I lease the beat. Sometimes I lease the beat, or sometimes I buy it, depending on sometimes you got to text a person and they text you back, and sometimes it take longer. So I just lease it. I might be trying to buy the beat, but they might not text me. I might email me back. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just lease it from BeatStore. You know what I mean? So,
but I heard that people's complaint about that is, and I don't know if this has happened for you, is you'll see somebody with the same beat like on their song. So somebody might come across it and be like, oh, I thought that was your song, type of thing, or that doesn't matter. How does that work?
To me, it's hard to say because it's like I know people that have made millions of dollars off somebody else's beat.
True.
Yeah, I mean, so it's like
true.
So it's like
true.
So it's like it's kind of like if somebody was like, oh yeah, I did that beat too, it's like, all right.
Well, now you'll come across my song too. Then we'll see.
Double
it up.
We'll see who do what. I mean, at that point, so it's like it's more so. It's like I'm getting a lease because the lease is telling me that I could release this song, I could release this video, I can put this on all platforms, I can sell up to 500,000 copies. So if I'm not at 500,000 copies, which I'm not yet, headed to, but now I'm there, I'm gonna lease this joint and I'm gonna follow my guidelines and I'm gonna get there. And when I get to that point, then we could reiterate it. You know what I'm saying?
You say you'll email them like about buying the beat, and
yeah, because it's like sometimes they'll be like, all right, you have to contact me. So I'll email them about buying the beat, and some people don't get back to you.
Like what? They're just ignoring? Or
They don't ignore it. I guess they might have a lot of people emailing them about beats.
But I'm not gonna lie, definitely when it comes to them beats though, because I've seen people buy, I've seen people lease, I've seen people do the YouTube route. There's many ways to get beats, and I've seen people create them on their own. Have you done that too? Created your own beat? So all right, so what's the sequence in that? All right, say you create a beat for yourself. Do you still lease it out, or you're just like, all right, I created this is all me?
When I was making the beat for myself, I would just make a beat and then I would record a song right then and there, and then that would be that. I would never like just have them sitting around. I would make a beat right now, and then I would just do something to it. It would be a hook on it. It would be, if I did a beat, it would have a hook on it or a song on it. I never just had like the beat I never let it sit there that long.
Okay. So one specific beat that you did that was a huge song was the Mooskie's Track Star, and you relabeled it Lady Gangsta. So, of course, we want to talk about the video and the song in general, but how does that work? Because obviously you can't upload that to DSPs, or like, how does that work?
Now that you can upload covers, I didn't put it on all platforms because I couldn't at the moment. But now that I learned that you could do it, people are dropping covers. Like when I watched, what artist was it? I forget who it was. Somebody in the industry dropped a cover. They damn near said all the same words. Now this is where it fucked me up. They damn near said all Tank. That's who did it.
But I mean, Tank, nobody finna Tank. They're gonna respect that though.
No,
like,
but he redid somebody's song. Remember he redid I forget whose song it was. The nigga redid the whole song, but used the same words. He just sung it differently. That's cool. That's what they did on the cover. I said maybe I could drop it because I didn't use none of the same words.
You know who else did it? But they and she was smart at the time. I was like, that was dumb. But now thinking about it was smart. LMA, remember she did that tripping, and then Jacquees respectfully blew her out the fucking water,
right? And
she went to lawyers, stopped that in the head. So in a sequence like that, do you think it's better to stop someone in the head if they're like building more traction to you, but it still brings light to your song?
I'm not gonna lie. In a situation like that, I'm not gonna hate, because at the end of the day, that person came up with a concept. Like, they might have used the same beat, but they're still an artist. They still had to come up with that cadence. They still had to come up with the words, the wordplay. It's a different feel. Everybody has a different feeling, different vibe. So I can't take none of that from you. So if you was to say the beat, take the beat away, then you got to give them half the credit.
So you would, if you were in this situation, and it is like a huge artist, y'all on the same level, and would you be more the type to say, okay, come on, let's remix this, let's do something together? Yeah. Versus saying, no, I'm going to just stop your shit. I don't want you.
The fact that you wanted to do your song on the beat when I dropped the beat and was getting the buzz from it showed me that you fuck with me to some type of degree, or you fuck with me as an artist or my craft. So I'm like, boom, you famous, I'm famous. You got these views on the remix we did. Let's do something else. Even if it's not that song, let's work. I'm not going to lie, that is her biggest song till this day, but it's just crazy because you think that. But I'm like, if you would have collabed, it would have been awesome. Let's work.
Yeah.
That could have turned into a whole tape and tour, more millions for both people. I didn't even think about that. And we know Jacquees, when it comes to them collab tapes, collab tape with the tour would have been crazy. I'm not gonna lie. So let's talk about that. Have you done shows? Where have you done shows? Do you get nervous? Like, what is it performing like for you? I have done numerous shows. I did a lot of shows in town, but I did a lot of shows out of town. Like when I was with the Tour Kings, me, Curl, Hango. I didn't went everywhere. I didn't went and performed in Louisiana. I didn't perform down there a few times. Virginia. Baltimore Club Eldorados. I done been in Philadelphia. We done performed in North Philly, Central Philly. We done performed in Jersey.
But all right, so be honest about this. You've performed in various places and you've performed here. What is the difference that you've noticed performing here versus the other places? The response to the music different? What is it like?
They can't when they're not biased from the beginning. If they hear your music, they don't like it, then they decide then. They don't decide they don't decide until they hear what you got. They want to see what you got. Like let's see what they got. Like people give you that little, like somebody be like, oh, they looking at you like, what you gonna do? Let's see what this cat's gonna do. Here, the person is like, I ain't want to hear this shit. Like people's vibe is a little off. Like when people go there, a concert there is never bare in different places. Some places it's always live. So people performing, they folks is coming to see them. Like
the support,
somebody famous is coming. You know what I'm saying? Like the support of what people want to do here is just, I don't know.
It's getting better, bro.
It's getting better, but it's just not geared to entertainment. It's like when it comes to people supporting what we have going on in entertainment, it's like people, it's more sports. Mm-hmm. Everybody want to support sports, but like not entertainment.
That's one thing I'm not even gonna lie. I'm even struggling with is because I want to interview rappers and I love interviewing rappers, and people that do music. But you also want to step away from that because you don't want that to be your only type of fan base. So it will be like, I'm trying to expand this way, but everybody wants me to do this. So it kind of puts you in a box a little bit. But of course, talent can help you break out for sure. So are you going to be be dropping a project soon, or did you?
I was on
singles.
I was dropping them singles. I just dropped 2 EPs. Mm-hmm. I just dropped a EP, ESPN.
So have you ever dropped an album though, or
no? I ain't
just
dropped an album
EPs?
Yet. I didn't want to see. I don't want to drop an album until the traction is right. You know what I mean, like if you dropping an album, then you know that you already have a fan base that's here, that's going to buy the CD, that's already bought into your program fully, for you to drop a full compilation of work for everybody to see. Now, when I was younger, I didn't know, so I did drop one album, and it was my grandma died, and I was fucked up, and I'm like, she told me give it everything you got when you do anything you do. So then I'm like, I gotta get this out. I gotta drop an album. I'm like, I don't have the fan base. I knew that at that point, but I just wanted to get it out because it was the only thing. You know what I mean, so
therapy.
I did do one album, and I mean it's still a dope album. It's a dope album, but if I would still have waited if I would have.
So EPs are typically like 4 to 6 songs around that. And I seen Russ say something that like people, unless you're, like you said, unless you have that fan base, people aren't really looking for a project. But when you drop 4 songs, 2 songs, 3 songs, they'll resonate it with more because it's less, people's attention span is shot now. So it's easier for them to pay attention to a little bit less work. So do you feel as if though that's the same thing?
That's why I'm dropping singles and little EPs so that the industry could see that I'm dropping compilations. I'm dropping full bodies of work, but they're just small bodies of work, early projects before the big one come. I hope to be dropping one in December, but that's why I'm pushing and getting everything going to lead towards that.
Now, you're known for features. Not really. I can't lie. You have a couple features, but it's rare. You feature more people in your videos than you do on your songs. And this isn't like, I just don't understand. It's a Pittsburgh rapper thing. Y'all just do not be wanting like people on y'all music. Like, so explain it from your perspective.
I don't have an issue with doing stuff with people. Like, so it's like this. Like, everybody got what they think they should get paid or what they worth. Yeah, you know what I mean. And like, I don't care. I paid my way since the day one. Ain't nobody gave me no handouts, nothing. So I've been paying my way, getting what I gotta get the way I gotta get it. But it's like some people, like they might say something to you, and then you might be like, "Oh yeah, bro, that's what's up. Let's work." And they might be like, "Well, my price is such and such," and I'm like, "Damn, you just said something to me. I'm conversing back with you. All I'm doing is reciprocating the energy that you just gave to me, and now you telling me what your price is." I'm like, I don't have an issue with paying no price, but we didn't even get that far. You know what I mean? So a lot of times it's like people turn you off from.
So is this like you'll send them the song, then
No,
they'll
not
hold
even
it?
that.
And
It's just like basically conversing. Like say before we even send songs, before we even get to that port, it's like sometimes it's like some people act like they too busy. That's how it was at first. It was like people act like they was busy. Like I told them to meet with this person this time, this person this time, this person this time, and some came up with this person, some came up with that person. So we probably never revisited it. Probably years went past.
all right, don't say no specific names. We don't got to talk about anybody specific. But is it like when they're asking for it, like, do you look at it and be like, okay, this makes sense? Like, are they up there in levels and up there in streams and things like that to make it sense? Or it's more or less you're looking at it and you're like, nah, but that don't make sense. If anything, this is equally beneficial.
I look at a lot of them as like, if you got a fan base, I got a fan base, and we both working and it's equal, it's equally beneficial because even swap ain't no swindle. But a lot of times somebody might ask you like to pay them, and you're way on a way bigger platform. Should you not pay that person? I don't think that you shouldn't. You just got to see do you believe in that person's talent to pay them? That's what it boiled down to in that situation. But some people was astronomical when they're asking you to pay them something that you know damn well you
2,000.
like. It's just some people got in their mind that they're there and they're not there. Like somebody hit me right now. I mean, at this point, because there's some stuff coming up, but at this point, I'm not charging nobody in my city no more than $500. Yeah, I mean, for no feature at this point, after all this.
And what is that? That's for verse and a hook, or
that's for the verse.
So what if they just want a hook?
They want a hook, and that's the video. That comes with me, the video, and me promoting it, sharing it. You know what I mean? I'm not doing a video. I'm not doing a feature unless we're putting it on all platforms and shooting a video and pushing I'm pushing everything I'm doing. So if we're not doing that, then it's not beneficial for me to even take your money to do it, because it's going to be worthless. It's going to be not worth your time or mine. Because if there ain't no push behind it, you just got the feature. I'm not promoting it. I'm not sharing it. It's no video. It's just
all right. So I've dealt with a sequence like that before, where I've done an interview for somebody, and it's like non-existent to them. Like, no, like when I say they didn't post it, like it, share it, nothing. Like, so when you're dealing with something like that, what like, you say you did a song with, this would be, so it relates back to you. This would be a sequence for you. You do a song with somebody, you know what I'm saying? And they're not promoting it. They're not pushing it. It's like they didn't even do it. Like, it's, what steps would you take? I still pushed out the content.
My thing is, as an artist, you're a business. And so if I look at myself as a business, I don't care who doesn't push my business, I got to. So if I did a song with any artist, I'm going to push it because it's another piece of work that can grasp more fans. It could grasp the attention of more sponsors and things of that nature. So I'm gonna share it because it's something I'm on. It's something I put my time in.
So it's you on some shit where it's like, all right, I see what you're on. I'm gonna just go what I typically do and just
you ain't want to share it. You see all these views on your joint. You be like, I don't even know how I got all these views. I do. You know what I mean? You may not never know, but I do.
That's one thing I would say is, in the beginning, like, people don't really respect you as much, but it's like if you're consistent, it gets to a point where, like, you start to get it respected. Like, if people want to come on the platform and stuff like that, or they want to do a song with you, but it's not as it doesn't happen as fast as you want to. You know what I mean?
Right.
So what advice would you give to somebody that maybe because I know how it was when I was starting out. What's some advice you would give to someone starting out? Just what are they supposed to do? Because you know the support's not going to be there in the beginning unless you've already had popularity.
You have to know you want to do it. That's what's going to keep you going. Because there's days that you want to quit. There's days you want to say, fuck this shit. I'm going to put my money on some other shit. Because, nah, fuck it. There's days you're going to be like that. There's days you're going to be like, you know what? I quit. I'm not doing this shit. You know what I mean? You just going to go cold turkey for a week. Just in your mind, or just a lot. Because it's up. Like, when you doing it, sometimes you ain't sleeping right. You ain't eating right. You trying to do this. Your mind's racing. You trying to get this done. Videos. Chicks is saying they're going to be ready. They're canceling last minute.
God. No. I have to cut you off. Talk about that. I've dealt with it. The female, oh my, they have to have. This is why people be like, oh, why don't you have so many females on your platform? Hey, bro,
it's horrible.
They need the hair done, nails done, bro. Makeup done.
If we would just like this, a lot of chicks say they want to be in videos, and they want to be paid to be in videos. We got the pay. We got the places. Why ain't y'all want to be in the videos? Because when we calling y'all busy. Mm-hmm. Can't get a babysitter, or oh, I got this, or something came up, or I mean, everything's last minute. Nobody's taking, like, none of them's, like, we ain't got no vixens here to just, like we got some, but we ain't got, like, we don't got a good 30 chicks, I could say.
Fuck no.
You see what I'm saying? Like
respectfully.
Like how we're a major city.
Yeah.
We're a major city. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers. We got the Pirates. We got the Penguins. We're a fucking major city. How the fuck we don't got 30 chicks that's ready to be in videos that's in videos here and elsewhere?
All right, because I'm gonna ask a few more questions, but because of course I want to get to some things outside of the music.
All right.
Okay, this is probably gonna be my last music question for you, bro.
All right.
Female features.
Those are coming. All crazy.
So you do have female features.
I have features. I got actually look. I bought a beat off of Hit Kid. Right. So Hit Kid got signed to Dream Chasers. I bought a beat off Hit Kid and I did a song with. She had dropped a freestyle on a joint. And everybody went nuts. Tiana Wright. She dropped a freestyle. Everybody was in her inbox, stuff like that. She did the song with me. It's on there.
This was before she blew.
No, she didn't blow up yet. She just did the joint, and then that's when people knew she could rap and stuff like that. Okay. We did the song, but we've been waiting to do the video. So the song's out. It's on all platforms. Hit Kid did the beat. You know what I mean? The same one that did Fuck Nigga Free for Gorilla. So he did the beat, and I mean, it's a dope song.
What do you think about the females? Because like you mentioned, Glorilla, and it's obvious that they're taking over the game right now, especially at the highest level. So how do you feel about that? Is it one of those things where it's like, it's about time?
I just felt like the women, when it came to singing, they had the singing game on lock for years.
Yeah, of course.
Right, so this is just a transition. Now the men got the singing game on lock and the women got, it's such a reverse. People ain't watching it. The men is singing, chicks is rapping. The men got the wave is the wave is switched. Just like Cash Cobain and Wolfface Joey. You know what I mean? The wave is switched. Like chicks, yeah, I mean, it's honing in on that aggressive side. Like, hey, yeah, bitch, I'm gonna do what I want. Sexy red.
It makes good music, but it's not attractive. I gotta be honest.
It makes great music. It makes fun. It makes fun. Like if I'm in Miami, some Sexy Red come on, I'm on a boat with some chicks, I know it's going up. If I go on a boat and Rod Wave come on, everybody's gonna sit around. And we're gonna be, it's gonna still be a vibe. Don't get it twisted. It's Rod Wave,
but it's a different. No, I get what you're saying.
But his vibe's gonna be more. It's gonna be more sexy. It's gonna be more chill back, laid back. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be more like it's like I mean, we all around a bonfire type vibe. But when that come on, it's gonna be like like I'm saying, like it's a spring break, like that ass shake. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I call it's a. Charleston White explained it perfectly. He said when Sexy Red comes on, you see the hoe spirit come out, like, and that's really just like the only way you can explain it, bro.
But listen, think about it. How many people got the hoe spirit in them and want to let it out and just don't, and then that song come on and they just let it out real quick and they go back to the and let's let it put it back in there. Some people,
no facts. All right, so let's get to your personal life a little bit here.
All right,
so you do a lot of traveling. Where have you been? Who's some of the famous people you have met? Let's talk about that a little bit, man.
All right, so during tour, I done met all types of people. Like I done linked up with Gilly the Kid. I done linked up with Woo the Kid, and fucking Young L.A.
So let me narrow it down a little bit because obviously you've met a lot of people. So let's go with the person that you met that was the most famous, and then the person that you met where it's like the most genuine, that like a big name. You're like, damn, he really like humble, genuine, like those two.
Let's see. Boom. I'm gonna say big name because it's like I met a lot of big people.
But of course, there's
I didn't met some people that's like if you're going off of movie stars or you going off of sports
like
stars.
Aura, like
like
most
I'm
famous
saying like
Aura.
Most famous Aura.
Yeah.
I could say that I was around. I mean, I could say most famous, like superstar status. It would be Wiz.
Wiz, well, yeah, of course, yeah.
I'm talking about like not around him. Like,
he got a Grammy, you right.
I'm talking about not back like growing up. Like I was around him then, going to the shows at Gravity with S Money and them.
So early on, Say Yeah era.
Yeah, I was around. I was going to the shows. Like we was going to the shows out Springdale at the skating rink shut down, and I was going to those joints back then, but not being around him then, being around him now. Like, so he's a
Grammy artist now, Oreo commercials.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I get it.
So that's like the biggest cat I've been around that where it's conversations and things of that nature. Yeah, I mean that where you could say.
And so you would say he's the most genuine too?
His aura is a cool cat. Like, I mean,
keep behind you chief with him before?
Yeah.
The weed be crazy.
We was crazy. I got videos right now here. Right now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so my bad. I got off track there a little bit. So the places you've been. You've said you were Virginia.
Yeah,
LA.
I went to Virginia. I've been to Vegas.
Out of the country?
Out of country? Nope. Just Canada. A lot.
That's out of the country though.
A lot of Canada. Yeah. All my life.
So you've been to Canada ample times.
All my life.
What's the difference down there? Is it a cultural shock?
It's like it's not a cultural shock. It's just coming from Pittsburgh where we ain't have as much diversity. That we have starting to have a lot of diversity of different peoples and different minorities. There, when you get there, you walk up the street, you might see a Chinese, you might see a Japanese, you might see a African, you might see a Spanish. You know
it's like a melting pot.
It's different. It's just a different. It's everybody up there. It's just, but they're Canadian. You know what I mean? It's just I like Canada. I like the vibe up there.
All right.
Actually, the dude that made my chain, 920 Jewelers. He's from Nova Scotia. That's who my jewelers in Canada.
I do know a couple of artists out of there that have been. I think, of course, we know Drake, Tory's Canada. Impressa, he's been making new waves too. So they create some good music. When you went down there, you didn't want to collab with anyone, or
that's the wave I'm on right now. Like I'm in a couple of little articles and papers, New York Weekly and stuff like that. I'm in New York Weekly, so I've been messing with New York heavy. So that's right behind New York. So
because they're blowing up with the streamers right now.
Everything in that area right there, I've been messing with heavy because that's our closest music network that I could get to. Because the next one down Atlanta, like it would be Atlanta or there. New York's right here, like 4 hours, 5 hours up the street.
So, talk about family a little bit, man. And what do you do outside of music? Like, of course, you said you cut hair, correct?
Yeah.
So talk about that a little bit too. Let's talk about family, and then of course cutting hair too. Let's talk about that a little bit too, man.
Yeah, my family good. You know what I mean?
No, when it comes to the music, like
music family.
No, I'm saying, are they supportive? Do they?
Oh yeah, my mom been supportive since I was young. She's the one that bought me my first Fruity Loops. Like when I was young, I didn't even know what Fruity Loops was. I didn't even know what it was. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm like, wow, why do you buy a Fruity Loop? What is Fruit Loops? I thought it was like, the only thing I knew was Fruity Loops was Fruit Loops.
The cereal.
So
explain that.
She bought, like, she knew I was making beats. So I had my cassette tape. I'm recording like beats over with the microphone so I could have a beat, and then I would rap on the beat onto the cassette tape. So that's how we started off trying to get our music. Like trying to lay our own music down, we were using the karaoke machine. So like you put the tape on one side with the beat on it, and you put the other tape on the other side, and then get on the mic, and we was making tapes. So
she seen that and was like, okay.
She seen that, and she bought me the program. So at that time, we ain't have it wasn't no fast internet. It was just dial-up internet.
Yeah, it was no band lab.
It was none of that. So it was like my mom worked at UPMC. I mean, we ain't had the most money, but she did the best she could do, like, you know what I'm saying? So she would go and bring us home all these fucking little CDs where you get 1,000 minutes on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like each CD had like 1,000 minutes of internet time on it. So that's how I start getting on Black Planet.
Oh my God, that takes me so back. That's really how it used to be.
Yeah, so that's how I start getting into being on the internet more. Because at first I'm like, I really couldn't get on the internet, and so I really couldn't understand what was going on, how to get my music on, or how to do YouTube or any of that, because I didn't have internet. So then once I started getting some internet, I started getting Black Planet, stream going on here, and then going on to all the little streaming platforms to find out about live mixtapes and all that stuff.
So wait, that's one thing I do want to ask you about. You were like, even the bitches and bottles, you were on YouTube early. Like, I don't remember, like, you were on it when it was still the era of, nah, I'm gonna shoot this video with this cameraman, he's gonna post it on there. I don't even know how to do a YouTube. I don't know how to touch YouTube. Who put you on? Because, like, bro, 5 years, 7, 10 years, like, how did you know? Because a lot of rappers didn't know.
I was on there and I was like trying to post, like, they was doing the Smack DVDs and stuff like that. So I'm trying to figure out how the hell they uploading this shit on there. So I had the same email. I had my same, this the first email I made besides my run at school, make your first and last name. So I made an email and I'm like, I'm looking through the email and I'm clicking on shit and I'm like, I clicked on YouTube from my email and I'm like, how the fuck did I get to YouTube? And the shit took me to YouTube and was like, you got a page? I'm like, I got a page.
Automatically.
I started looking on there and shit. I started putting shit up, put a picture up, started doing a little shit on it. But I was like, every time I wanted to get to it, I would just go to my email, for that email, and do it. And so I started being my email for everything I had to do in music. So that's how I figured it out. I just figured out that, and then.
But what made you not want to upload it to Cameraman's page, and you like, I'm gonna upload all my videos to mine?
Because they said that I had to get monetized.
They said, how are you knowing this early on, bro? You don't. Nobody in your generation knew this stuff.
We were on tour. We was touring. The tour.
So you're already making.
So I'm already going. I'm on tour. Like, I was up there with Wise McGriff from Def Jam. So I'm up there with Memphis Bleak on a Duce tour. I'm like, when they first did Duce, I'm with Memphis Bleak. I'm with these guys is telling you real jewels. Like, I was at Atlantic Records with artists from Madagascar, all type of stuff. So it was like I was doing a lot of like touring. Like, I was up there with, rest in peace, Big G the Ruler. Like, we was all up there in New York at Atlantic Records and all that stuff. So it was like just moving around, just really moving around, and then learning this from this. Like, I want to shout out my man Rally Cradle. Like, he was the A&R for Sony. Now he got his own company, Cradle Records. He put me deep to a lot of things, a lot of shows, a lot of opportunities. He believed in us and sent us too.
It's a lot of name drops, I'm not gonna lie. So, all right, you told us how the YouTube worked, but of course, were you early on DSPs? Did you realize, okay, I can upload my music and get streams played? Because this is something happened later, because of course people were live mixtapes. Then you gradually, well, first to start LimeWire, if we're being honest. LimeWire,
yeah,
live mixtapes, then the SoundCloud, which people were not getting paid off of, if I'm not mistaken. And then you got the DSPs.
No, we had Reverb Nation.
Reverb Nation, okay. And then you get the DSPs, and that's Spotify, Apple Music, et cetera, et cetera. So you went through all the phases, but at what point were you early on DSPs too?
I was on, they had sent out a thing, like, just like for Clubhouse, they sent out an early one before it went live. They sent out, like, try this out. And that's how it happened. Like, the same thing. It was like one of those, like, let me see what this is about. Let's see it about. I got a good little price. It was like, try this out right now for this price. And so I tried it. Like, I want to drop my music. I was with Songcast. Like, that's how I even converted over. I was with Songcast when I first started. And I got my fucking BMI and all that. I was with Songcast. And then when not United Masters, when DistroKid came out, one of the little videos, a little pitch, and was like, try it out. I'm like, let me see what they hitting for, because I ain't even know nothing was really happening. So it was like, let me just try them out. They said they'll drop all your stuff one time, one place, boom,
a little percentage. Yeah.
And so I did. I've been with them ever since.
And so you said you've been with DistroKid ever since.
Yeah.
And so, have you seen a lot of money off stream? Because I do know it's not, you don't really get, unless you're a huge artist, you don't really get to see a lot.
I'm not keeping 100 with you. I haven't collected none of I never collected any of it.
So you just let it sit there and stack up?
Now I'm about to finally collect it. I never collected any of it.
Oh, because you didn't know.
Yeah, I got to upload I didn't upload a business. I just didn't upload it. I just didn't upload, go in the fan, because it's different royalties. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. So when I found that out, I'm thinking it's just like a mind-boggling situation. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out how to get royalties in general, and they're telling me there's multiple different royalties that I gotta get, like from my music. I'm like, this don't make sense. So I'm like, I was going through that part. So now it's at the part, it's like, you gotta register it. You gotta do all the different things in order for you get all your. So you got, it's just stuff that you have to do in order. So people think that dropping a song is going to get you there. That's not it. Like, you got to drop the song, then you got to register the song. Like, say, people, you don't got to go and pay. You don't got to go and pay an astronomical amount of money for your song to get placed on billboards. You just have to register with the right people. You got to register your song for it to even get a billboard look. The money will probably help, like, promote you faster, but like, you could still put your song on there and get it to the billboards.
Well, that's one thing, like, I wish they would start. We don't get taught this stuff. And, of course, it's because the labels want to finesse. So you don't get taught a lot of this stuff. But the fact that we're able to come across this information now is definitely more helpful. I be telling all of them, like, bro, it's cool to have one song, but the last thing you want to do is have your biggest song on another cameraman's page, bro, because that's going to – it's, like, good and bad. It's like you get the promotion, but, like, they seeing a lot of bread from that. I'm not going to lie. When you start touching those 20K, even if it's like a little bit to you, it's a lot. All right. So tell people where they can find you, what you have coming up next, and everything.
I got new videos coming up off of the 2 EPs that I just dropped. Got a couple more videos, finishing them up. I got a CD coming out for the ladies for Valentine's Day.
Drive-throughs out right now.
Drive-throughs out right now. I dropped that just so they can get a taste of what's to come. You know what I mean? Right before Valentine's Day comes, so they can have something they can resonate with. You know what I mean? Bring them back to how I used to do it. Yeah, I got it's called Dopamine. I got Dopamine. It's called Dopamine. That's coming out Valentine's Day. And you said chick feature. 14th. I do have a feature
on there for the 14th.
I got a feature, a Pittsburgh girl. It's a Pittsburgh.
Can you
Panda? Is her name? I just gotta we gotta solidify. We gotta finish the feature up. But yeah. So
wait, but where they can find you? Everything.
They can find me at GhettFinesse on every platform.
Facebook,
TikTok,
Twitter,
Clubhouse,
Instagram,
everything.
So, damn, fuck, we ran out of time. Just one more question real fast. All right, I'm sorry. About the Clubhouse. So, like, how does that work? You just in there promoting yourself, talking? Because I know there's ample channels. So basically, when it first came, I just got on there and just started building connections with everybody. We was in groups. It was during quarantine. So it was like a lot of the networking and stuff that I built during quarantine is what I'm doing now. It was just helping me in my music career. Is a lot of the stuff that happened during the shutdown of the world. So sitting there talking. So sitting there with the people they was putting you in this. We're in groups with anybody from Drake to Rick Ross during the quarantine. We're in these groups with them, and these is the speakers. These are the people that are highlighted with the green asterisk beside their name. So you're in there really talking to them. And they're feeding y'all a lot of the jewels in the game to what you need to do in order to succeed or to get seen, or what a 360 deal really entails. So it's a lot of seminars and stuff like all this the whole beginning of the year. I've been in so many of Boom Man's seminars. I've been in so many of them. Just soaking up information. Just soaking up the information from a person that did it, not from a person that's actively doing it. Like one of my boys that are in the music game in Pittsburgh is under his management, Cuddy Beasy. So he's under his management. But I did the interview and everything with them. I did the meeting. I got the shirt. I got the bag. I got all the different things you can get. I just didn't. At that time, I was on the run. To keep it truthfully honest, that's why I did the thing over the phone. That's why I didn't go all the way to Atlanta. I was on the run. I was just trying to still do my music, but had some, issues that I had to get squared away so that I could be doing what I'm doing now. We appreciate it, bro. You doing your thing now, definitely. But that's a gem, Clubhouse. So people need to tap in with the Clubhouse. You got to tap in with Clubhouse because you don't never know what you might luck up and jump into a group where they might be like, yo, everybody send their music, and you might, run into somebody giving you feedback about your music or wanting you to come down on an artist development type situation, like. All right, that's a wrap. I appreciate you for coming, bro. It's no problem. Even the video, I know I keep highlighting it. You're probably tired of hearing me talk about it, but like, bro, I appreciate you letting me be in your video. And it's crazy how like we come across paths now, and I really do appreciate you for coming on the platform.
It just shows you how all them interviews, people like, yo, bro, remember back in the day? It's just one of them situations where it's like we was doing some shit was back in the day, and now we here.
And people kill me with this all the time. They be like, hey, bro, how do you know them? I be like, bro, that's no something.
It's because I've been working. I've been out here in my life. I wasn't just in the crib or in the cut.
No, you was outside. I'm not going to lie, bro. You definitely was outside, recorded, promoted. Your YouTube shows it, bro. So definitely. I appreciate you for coming on again, bro.
No problem. Thanks for letting me hear it, dog. You feel me?
All right, so we just got to take it.